Stick a bunny in me pocket. I'll fetch the suitcase from the van. 'Cause if you are the best, but you don't ask questions, then...
Hello and welcome to this An Actor Thomas video with me, of course, Actor Thomas. Now today we're going to do a TV/movie review of our good old favourite series, Only Fools and Horses. Now this episode is called Wanted. Now before we get into the actual review, I thought I would obviously confess. The last 2 weeks I've been talking to you about doing a snooker commentary track for today's video. Unfortunately, today's was going to upload that video. As I was exporting it from one editing software to the final editing software, just to get everything sorted out this morning, my computer basically destroyed all of the files, be it the raw files from my original recordings of each frame, to the recording of the actual commentary, down to the final edited video. So I'm very sorry. I'm very disappointed. It was great. It was a very long video. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's about 5 hours, 5.5 hours in length. It was just me obviously talking about this snooker match, which I really enjoyed doing. But I'm not going to try and sort out, re-record each frame, then obviously re-record all the audio and all that sort of stuff. I'm just not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm very angry that it hasn't come off, because I really wanted it to come out and let you guys see it, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. So maybe one day, who knows, maybe one day I will have another go at doing that. If I do, of course I'll upload it and let you guys know about it, but at the moment I'm just going to carry on and just do my ordinary videos that I've been doing for ages. So anyway, back to this TV/movie review. So like I say, this episode is called Wanted. Now, it starts off with Rodney and Mickey Pierce down in Nag's Head trying to pick up some women. And unfortunately, Dell walks in and ruins their fun. After that, Rodney is walking home back to Nelson Mandela House, and he meets a woman who quite clearly drunk, and she is a little bit uneven on her feet. And Rodney sees that she's about to fall over, and he puts his arm out to break her fall. She starts being very angry with him, saying, "Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?" Rodney's trying to explain himself, and he says he's a doctor, he knows what he's doing. She goes ballistic and says, "A doctor shouldn't touch me where you've touched me," and starts screaming to high heaven, "Rape." Rodney runs off. The next morning, Dell has heard a few rumours, particularly about the fact that he knows exactly who this woman is that has been calling rape and everything like that. A woman called Blossom. Now, when Rodney comes out of his bedroom looking very tired and very shaken, and not as if he's had a very good night at all, explains to Grandad and Dell what happened the night before. Dell, being the little wind-up merchant that he is, decides that he can really have a good time winding Rodney up on this one. And so he starts saying that the police have started calling this attacker that's attacked Blossom as the Peckham Prowler, and he is he's wanted by a lot of people, by the police and everything like that. And so Rodney's like, oh, I can't handle this. I'm going back to bed. So he does. Del fills Grandad in on everything about the fact that the police don't listen to Blossom and think she's a complete crazy old woman who gets let out of a mental hospital. Anyway, Del, Boise, and Trigger are in the Nag's Head, and they're talking about what's been going on with Rodney, and then he sees Grandad, and Grandad's like, well, actually, no, Trigger and Boise like, everyone knows about Blossom, everyone knows that she's a silly old woman, and no one pays any attention to her. But then Grandad comes in and informs Del that Rodney has gone on the run, and he's taken all the tin food and everything like that, and so he can't be caught by the police because of. And Grandad's like, well, you shouldn't have made this joke last as long as it. You should have told Rodney what was going on from the very start, because he's a very sensitive lad. Del feels very responsible, and he goes out looking for him, and he spends the whole night driving around the East End of London trying to find where his dippy brother's gone. Unfortunately for no, he doesn't have any chance of doing that at all. When he does finally get home, Grandad's like, no news or anything like that. He also says that there is a funny sort of vapour smell coming from the air vents, which gives Del a bit of an idea of where Rodney may be. And so he goes up to the very top of the block of flats that they live, to at the top of these flats there would have been like a big kind of tank room, which would consist of loads of water tanks and air conditioning things, all that sort of stuff, just to try and keep and all the electrics for the lifts and all that sort of malarkey. And Del discovers that Rodney's been up there. He's smoking marijuana and surviving on the tin food that he took from the flat originally. So after Del finally tells Rodney what's going on, Rodney's very angry. He says, how dare could you have done this? And Del's like, look, it's a joke that went too far, and I apologise. And he says, look, how about go down to the flat, you have a shower and a wash, and we'll go out and we'll have a nice, lovely meal and all that sort of stuff. And Del's kind of brought up a bottle of scotch so they can have a drink. And they go over to the water tank and using the tap to get a little bit of water out of the tank. And they have this, and Rodney's like, I wouldn't, I don't think I'll go down. I probably won't go and have a shower or anything like that. Not after what I've been doing in that water tank. Which causes Del to spit out the scotch with the water in and just be horrified about, thinking what the hell Rodney's been doing. Well, it's been 2 days, you can imagine. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. What I'm going to do, the rating I'm going to give Only Fools and Horses episode called Wanted, I'm going to give this, actually, a number 2. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Actor Thomas's TV/movie reviews. If you have, please leave a like, a comment, or a subscribe. You can even become one of my patrons. The link is down below. And as I always do at the end of each and every one of my videos, I'll give you a little salute and say goodbye. Goodbye.